everybody. It's pretty windy here today, so I hope you can hear me okay. And I hope you guys like birds because they're really loud today. And I really like the sound of birds. I hope you like the view of golf carts as well. But we grew up with birds in the house. We had lots of birds all the time, lovebirds and budgies and parakeets and finches and canaries. And so we just kind of got used to them, and I guess they feel like home to me, and they feel like, just a sound that I'm used to having around. So I hope that you also enjoy birds and find it relaxing, because they seem to be hanging out here when I teach yoga and meditation class. It's pretty cloudy today. I don't think it's gonna rain. If it rains, then I will abruptly and unfortunately have to quickly stop and get inside, but I don't think it's gonna rain, so we'll see what happens. And thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm grateful to have you here. I'm grateful that you like these meditation sessions and breathing sessions. And today, I just want to remind you, as I do every time, that meditation can seem really daunting, or it can seem like some goal to achieve. And I just want to remind you that what it truly is just a practice, just the same way that exercising makes the body stronger, meditating makes the mind stronger and makes meditation easier. So as we continue meditation in the future. So it's not about achieving some goal, it's not about achieving enlightenment, it's about the practice of coming back to yourself, coming back to the things that are important to you, and just taking that time to breathe, to focus, and to see what happens when you try to avoid the mind just kind of going where it wants, and instead try to help the mind come to peace. So we'll sit up straight and tall, or lie down with the head, neck, and spine all in a straight line. Some people like to lie in savasana, or corpse-like pose, and that's palms facing up, arms about a 45-degree angle from the body. Legs are down, feet are falling out to either side. There's about 1.5 to 2 feet between the feet. So if you like to lie down for meditation, you can do that. If you'd like to sit up like I am, you can cross your legs. Or if you're sitting on a chair or on a couch, I'd suggest just not leaning back or sitting back, but scooting a little bit forward up off the back of the seat. Legs next to each other, feet flat on the floor. And palms can be relaxing on the legs or in the lap. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, feel free to join me in closing your eyes. I like to close my eyes partially or fully when I'm meditating. And we'll get started with a few deep breaths. So I think we'll add a little movement today, just a tiny bit. You don't have to join us in the movement if you don't want to. Sometimes adding movement to the breath, though, is helpful. So we'll start by inhaling. We'll roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Inhale, roll the shoulders forward and up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders back and down the spine. Inhale, roll forward and up. Exhale, roll back and down. We'll reverse that motion. Inhaling, roll the shoulders back and up to the ears. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward and down. Inhale, roll back and up. Exhale, Roll forward and down. Inhale, back and up. Exhale, forward and down, and release the shoulders down and away from the ears. Turn your head to one side. Line up the chin with the shoulder and just look out over that shoulder. Take a few deep breaths in and out here. Drop the chin to the shoulder. Rotate the chin across the chest. And inhale, look out over the opposite shoulder. Deep breaths in and out. Drop the chin to the shoulder. This time, drop the chin all the way down the midline of the body. Maybe gently rock the head from side to side. And then lift the head back up to center. Nice. Let's take a few more deep belly breaths. So relaxing the diaphragm, relaxing the stomach, letting the stomach be soft. We'll take a deep inhale, fill the lungs up from the bottom all the way to the middle and to the top of the lungs. Deep inhale in and exhale from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Relaxing the diaphragm. Let the stomach be soft. Deep inhale, filling up the lungs from the bottom to the top. And exhaling from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Again, a deep inhale, filling up the lungs from the bottom to the top. And exhale from the top all the way to the bottom of the lungs. As we inhale and exhale, as we continue to breathe, relax the body with each exhale. Inhale, exhale, relax. Inhale, exhale, relax. Inhale, exhale, relax. Try to remind yourself during our breaths today, during our meditation today, to take long, deep, slow breaths to relax the body and the mind. So I'll invite you often back to the breath, back to that breath as the focus of what we're meditating on, or the focal point to bring our minds back to. So if our minds start to wander and we start to notice our attention being pulled away from the breath or from the guided meditation, just do your best to notice, to acknowledge it, to let whatever competing thoughts are entertaining you to float by as if on a cloud, and to bring your focus and your thoughts back to the meditation, back to the breath. So we'll take some deep breaths together, preparing for meditation. If you feel comfortable, close your eyes. Sit up straight and tall, nice alignment through the spine, the neck, and the head. And we'll focus on the gentle rise and fall of the chest as we breathe in and out. We'll notice the air as it rushes in through our nostrils and out through our nostrils with each breath. We'll notice any sensations throughout the body. We'll notice any tingling, any tension, any tight muscles. We'll work to do our best to release those any tension we might be carrying in the head, the heart, or the stomach. Noticing those areas. And maybe bringing our attention to things that are serving us, to things that are working well, to things that aren't really making a peep, that don't usually come to our attention. And just acknowledging those things. And even if our bodies are struggling right now, maybe we can acknowledge compassion and love in our hearts. And even if our minds are overthinking or busy or stressing us out right now, maybe we can acknowledge our dexterous hands that are able to hold the hand of a loved one, make a meal to nourish our bodies, or just sit restfully as they're doing now. I invite you to scan through the body and notice. Notice all of the things that are going on the inside. And as we think about those things, I invite you to think about what are those things that are getting in our way. What are those things that are making life more difficult in this moment or on this day? And as we think of those things, those difficulties, those things that aren't going quite as we like internally, I want to introduce you to the idea of radical acceptance. This is a book that I've been moving through very slowly, and I'm nearly finished with. And the subtitle is Embracing Life with the Heart of a Buddha. And so whether or not you have an interest in Buddhism, the ideas behind it are very useful in everyday life. The ideas about the things that we can't control, and rather than wishing them away or wishing them different, accepting them for what they are. And when we're able to accept some of the things that are getting in our way, that aren't likely to change, we're able to invite them to sit down beside us, to join us, to acknowledge them as part of our journey, and hopefully to be able not to have to focus or concentrate on them 100% of the time, because we know that they're along for this ride. So take As an example, something that might be bothering you. Maybe it's tension or pain in the body. Maybe it's an overactive or nervous or worried mind. And invite that entity to sit down next to you. Invite the pain to sit down next to you, or the worry to sit down next to you. And say to the pain or to the worry or to the thing that you've invited to sit down next to you, I see you. I know you're there. And I know that you're joining me for a little while or a long while on my walk through life. I'm acknowledging you. I'm even inviting you and I'm letting you know that you won't be my sole focus. You won't be the only thing I think about or feel or worry about. But I know you're there. And as you breathe, and as you inhale and exhale, I want you to notice the sensations in your body as you have this conversation with one of the more difficult entities that you're acknowledging on your journey. Do you feel sweaty palms? Maybe you're clutching your fingers or your fists. Maybe you're feeling tension in your stomach or elsewhere in your body. Just notice, take a deep breath. Send the breath to those areas and exhale. Release that tension from your body. Maybe you're noticing an increased heart rate. Inhale, send the breath to the heart. And exhale, send that tension out of your body. And as we come back to our bodies and our breath, and as we scan our bodies, I want you to look for something wonderful. Maybe, like I mentioned earlier, it's love or compassion for other people that you carry with you. Maybe it's a keen intellect. Maybe it's the ability to do something great. Maybe it's just being grateful for some part of your body. It seems to not be giving you any trouble right now. I want you to find that thing that is serving you, that is working well. And I want you to bring your focus and attention to that area. As you inhale and exhale, always remembering to breathe long, deep, slow breaths. I invite you to invite that entity, whether it's love, joy, dexterity, quick wit. Invite that entity to come and sit beside you. Feel the relief rush over your whole body, knowing that this beautiful thing, this great thing, is yours. It's part of you. It's part of your experience and part of your journey. As you invite this wonderful thing to sit beside you, I invite you to express gratitude, to say thank you. Thank you for working properly. Thank you for serving me. Thank you for being one less thing for me to have to worry about. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Because radical acceptance isn't only about accepting the difficulties in our lives. It's also about accepting our gifts. And as we breathe, as we inhale and as we exhale, I invite you to bring the breath into your body, letting that healing breath wash over the body, wash over the mind, wash over the heart. Carrying healing to each corner of your body. And as you're exhaling, notice a lightness, as maybe even just a little bit of the tension is carried away. Inhale. Allow that loving and healing energy to wash over the body from head to toe, making you glow from the inside out, shining a light on all the places that need healing. And as you inhale and as you exhale, notice feeling just a little bit lighter, a little bit brighter. Notice maybe some of that tension bothering you just a little bit less. It's there, we've acknowledged that, but it doesn't own today. Bring your focus and attention back to the breath. Inhale, fill the lungs up from the bottom to the middle, all the way to the top. And exhale from the top of the lungs to the middle of the lungs, all the way to the bottom of the lungs. Inhale, fill the lungs from the bottom to the middle to the top. Take in as much air as you can, filling your lungs all the way up. And exhale, feel that increased oxygen flowing through the body, feeling just a little bit more awake and more alive. Inhale, fill the lungs all the way up, all the way to the top. When your lungs are completely full, fully expanded, take in just a little bit more breath. Hold the breath here at the top of the breath. And exhale. Squeeze the abdomen, squeeze out every last breath, and hold it here just for a moment. And inhale. Fill up the lungs, feel the breath move to every corner of the lungs as you inhale and fully expand the lungs. At the top of the breath, hold it here just for a moment. And exhale. Squeeze the abdomen. Squeeze every last breath out of the lungs. And inhale. Last time, fill the lungs all the way to the top, completely filling the lungs. All the way up. Hold here just for a moment. And exhale. Squeeze the abdomen, squeeze every last breath out of the lungs. And bring your breathing back to our normal, long, deep, slow breaths. So you inhale and exhale. Gently open your eyes and join me back here. Place one hand on your heart and the other hand on your stomach, connecting the heart to the stomach. Deep inhale and exhale. Inhaling again, focusing on the heart. And exhale. Inhaling again, focusing on the stomach. And exhale. And release the hands. If your eyes are still closed, you can open them back up and join me in the birds here in the backyard. I want to thank you so much for joining me today to breathe and meditate. I hope that it's been wonderful for you, helpful and useful, maybe a new way of looking at things, looking at the world, and looking at yourself. If you're able to pay for this class and for joining me and for my time with you, I greatly appreciate you supporting my small business. You can do that at paypal.me/blissevolution or cash.app/blissevolution. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the week. I'll see you next time.